Good morning. Welcome to the first China seminar today by Professor Kelvin Zhang, and I'm Hongke Feng, Dr. Y Zhang, Professor of Chinese Studies. So I'm trying to organize a series of China seminar this semesters for you. So Kelvin, today's topic is industrial policy. We mentioned that in class. And then the U.S. China technology competition. Those are very important topic to understand U.S. China relation. So Professor Kelvin Zhang has been my friend for many years. So I have invited him several times come to AMSU to give us talk. He's a professor at Illinois State University. Yeah, you can sit over there. There are many chairs there. And he's an expert on investment, foreign investment, trade, and U.S.-China relation. So today is a very important topic. Professor Zhang has been very prolific writer. He published more than 100 articles in his career, and it's more to come. So he's still young. He graduated from University of Colorado Boulder. He got his PhD, and then he got his postdoc at Harvard University, and he published many articles in well-prestigious academic journals like Journal of Development Economics, Economic Development and Cultural Change, and many others. I don't want to go on the list because otherwise it takes an hour. Okay, but anyway, he's a very prolific writer, and he had taught at many Chinese universities like Tsiang University, Zhejiang University, and many other well-known Chinese universities. So he's very well-versed in U.S.-China relation. Yeah, there's a chair there, there's a chair there. Okay, so, and Professor Zhang is also a consultant for Chinese government and advisor to both central and local level. So he's very he's an expert in U.S.-China relation. So let's give Professor Zhang a warm welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, Professor Prof, to invite me come over here. It's my pleasure to have 1 hour with you guys to share some information on industrial policy and U.S.-China technology competitions. Yes, as mentioned by Professor Feng, yeah. Actually, I'm originally from China. I came to U.S. in 1980s. Yeah, I finished my college education in China and come to U.S. for my doctoral degrees. Yeah, but originally my major was psychology and science. I came to U.S. switched in the 90s. Yeah, I think it's pretty interesting news. All right. Oops.
You can use the flip.
Yeah, this is what. The organization for my today's talk is as follows. First, we have some background information about global technology competition. In past 20 years, actually, mainly is between U.S. and China. If you go back, say 1980s, 1990s, probably is U.S. and Japan or Germany, yeah. But for past 2 decades, shift to China. And then we look at how U.S. view rise of China. Then we look at a theory about industrial policies. Then we look at industrial policy in both China and the U.S. Then we give a comparison. And then last sector, yeah, last part, we have some concluding remarks. We will first have a summary, then we may also present a scenario in the future. Well, that's just, yeah, expect, we guess, all right, what will happen, say, in 10 or 20 years. First, let's look at what happened in the last 2 decades. As you may already realize, China has rapidly emerged as the second. Well, in another measurement is first, as in purchasing power parity, PPP. Yeah, largest economy in the world. Well, you know, China has much more people in, actually number one, last year, India first time, yeah, surpassed China, but still, yeah, more than 4 times of US population. So if you look at the per capita income, so China still poor relative to US. But since more people, so GDP actually really close to, yeah, US or even past US. But more importantly, China now has the world's second most important high-tech sector, yeah, and largest manufacturing power. Also, yeah, if you look at the market, yeah, the internet sector also is number 1 in the world. Many people until even recently view China's rise as, yeah, just like say driven by cheap labor. Many people still feel, oh, the Chinese products are still just like cheap and low quality. If you still think that way, probably not correct, not correct. Chinese economy right now actually mainly driven by technology, not cheap labor, not cheap labor. If you say American companies made investment in China mainly due to cheap labor, that's probably not correct. Because I give you example, yeah, average wages in manufacturing in China is 5 times higher than India. So if American company trying to save labor cost, they should go India or Vietnam, not China, because China's wages is much higher right now than this developing countries. Of course, still lower than, yeah, the US. Actually, in many sectors, higher than Mexico, right? So this is important changing. Here, yeah, let's cite the statement by the U.S. Secretary of State, Blinken. Yeah, he said, yeah, even Russia, yeah, despite Russia's invasion of the Ukraine, China remained the greatest challenger to the U.S., mainly due to their market, yeah, technological power, Here, let's look at some data. Yeah, give you, yeah, this, you may have convincing what I said here. If we look at GDP in terms current exchange rate, adjusted inflation, China-US GDP ratio increased significantly. Yeah, from you see, China started economic reform and open to open policy since 1979. At that time, yeah, China's GDP is around like 5.5% of US GDP. Very small. US actually could ignore China at that time. Yeah, but over time, you see, yeah, steadily considered, yeah, increases. Right now, close to 80%. 80%. And this diagram simply show the share of US China's GDP in the world. Over the trend from past 2 decades, you would say the share of the US in the world, yeah, just increases, but China is rising. Many economists do not use this measurement, because exchange rate could change, I think about it in the past few years, 2 or 3 years, US policy, yeah, just keep maintaining high interest rate such that US dollar become very strong, all right? So this may make US GDP in terms of US dollar much bigger than other countries, including China. So for economists, we use another measurement, that's purchasing power parity. We use this one, all right? This could, yeah, limit, yeah, the influence or distortion of exchange rate. Now this measurement from 1990, you will say China's GDP is around 17%. Then by 2016, China's GDP in terms of PPP actually already passed US. And at the end of last year, China's GDP even more than, yeah, bigger than US by almost 27%. So for many economists, we take this measurement. Of course, you don't feel that because if you travel internationally, we still use current exchange rate, yeah. $1 can buy, you say, about 7 Chinese currency or more than 100 Japanese currency, something like that, all right? But if we look at it really, yeah, the goods produced and in terms of value, yeah, this is more reliable. And similarly, you will say the share of these two countries' GDP in the world, you will say, US, yeah, even yeah, in 2000, close to 20% in the world, but now it's about less than 15%. China started from 3%, yeah, now increased, then got, yeah, close to 19%. Okay, this is overall economy, but if you look at, yeah, manufacturing, it's even, yeah, astonished, yeah, you will say just in about 30 years, China's manufacturing quickly, yeah, emerged as #1. And other here is G7 actually steadily decreased. So this one is China, you will say this was US, Germany and Japan, you will see that it's decreasing in China. And this diagram shows China, yeah, in the red, and the top 10 in the world, not including China. That's the next 9 countries together, yeah. Right now, China even a little bit more than that. So here I have another diagram show this one. Yeah. So China already take 1/3, more than 1/3 of world manufacturing values, and the next 9 countries are #4. Well, US still have some advantages. So here on export, US just advantage just like that. Yeah, so still quite obviously. Okay. And also, if you look at trade between these two countries, China and the US, you will find out, yeah, the dependency, yeah, between these two countries also changed. Yeah, initially China depends much more than US on China, but right now, yeah, US depends more than China depends on US. Okay, here, let's look at in what industries. Yeah, until right now, China has emerged as a leader in the world. Right? We could have several, yeah, say telecommunications. If you remember back to like 6 years ago, Donald Trump was the president. Yeah, this administration actually has a lot of policy, tariff, and also have a very strong sanction on a Chinese company called Huawei. Yeah. This one, Huawei. Huawei may not be very famous for many individual consumers because Huawei initially the product is telecommunication equipment. So usually provided for company, yeah, like Verizon, yeah, this kind of company, yeah, telecommunication companies, yeah. But in past few years, Huawei also produced, say, about 15 years, produced several consumer products like mobile phone, cell phones. Yeah, actually, in 2019, Huawei's cell phone even, yeah, in quantity, yeah, surpassed, yeah, Apple and Samsung become #1. But this record just kept for a few months because after that, U.S. government has sanctioned against Huawei because Huawei used chips produced by a Taiwan company. Taiwan's company, yeah, the technology used U.S. technology. The U.S. government said, you cannot produce chips for Huawei's cell phone. Then just in a few months, Huawei's #1 position collapsed. Yeah. So the following 2 or 3 years, Huawei's position in cell phone actually is almost high end. It's not like other companies, Samsung and many Chinese companies, they produce a middle and lower end. Apple is high end. Huawei's products for cell phone actually also is high end. All right. So in following few years, 2 or 3 years, until I think so, 2022, Huawei's ranking in the global cell phone actually out of 10, top 10, yeah, from #1 to top 10. So you see U.S. policy, this is industrial policy, actually is very powerful. Yeah, quickly make a big company because Huawei just have to use the chips made by a Taiwanese company. Of course, I've also used that chips made by, you design chips, but we cannot produce. A Taiwanese company produce these kinds of high-end chips. But for past 2 years, Huawei also, try some other, work with other companies that also produce high-end chips. So right now, Huawei's cell phone come back to market. But the problem is, it's difficult for Huawei to expand the global market because before the chip, in addition to chips, Huawei also use Android system. Android system owned by Google. So U.S. government use these two tools. First, just require Taiwan's company not produce chips to Huawei. And second, they not allow Google, give the permission to use Android system. But right now, Huawei also created its own, called Harmony new system. Later I mentioned this one because since there many people believe in the future, if U.S. China, compete each other, more likely, at least for like cell phone and other internet products, we will have one world, two system. One system will be led by U.S. and other countries, another one led by China, and probably also a group of countries. They don't like U.S. somehow, they use Chinese system. All right. So here I just give you background information about Huawei. All right. ZTE also is a company for telecommunication. Artificial intelligence. U.S. has many aspects as a leader, but in application in the market, China is number one. All right. And renewable energy, the solar panels, you know that, and electrical cars, vehicle, this one. Just recently, for last year and this year, China's absolutely number one because Chinese market is more than 60% of the global market for the electric vehicles. And also, China has several companies produce this one. Can compete with Tesla. Tesla right now even feel very big pressure. I don't know if you heard of a company called the BYD. BYD right now is number one in the release. High-speed rail, we don't have this one, but in China right now, this one is very popular, very convenient, and also drones. Right now in the U.S. market, more than 65% of the civilian use drones made in China. I will remember for military used drones, number one is the U.S. U.S. company is very large. But if you look at the Ukraine war, somehow the civilian used drones can be used for military purpose. So there are several companies. The most important company is DJI. And others like e-commerce and financial technology, biotechnology and consumer electronics. This also is quite important. And also China is a leader in this company. One example I just mentioned, e-commerce and financial technology. I'm not so sure if you know, there's two companies right now. They also have big market in the US. One is for female, for women. Shein, online company. Shein, they sell a lot of clothing, fast fashion. Another one is Temu, T-E-M-U. Initially, many people think, oh, that's just cheap and low quality. But if you try more, you will find out actually it's not. Price may be very low, but the quality is pretty good. Okay, and also for many Chinese people, they skip the credit card, jump to online payment. So right now, if you travel to China, you don't bring any cash, you just have your cell phone, that's all. There is a system called in China it's called WeChat. This is a system just like a combination of Facebook and Twitter, so others together, everything can put one system called WeChat. With cell phone. They do a lot of things. Okay. So here we have a summary. China's advantages in this industry are often driven by a combination of a lot of things. Today we just focus on industrial policy, IP, and also actually, China's a large market, and also Chinese government for past 4 decades emphasized technological self-sufficient. So they made a lot of great effort. So here, the U.S. right now, you are trying to decouple the Chinese economy. But in practice, it's not so easy. I remember 2 years ago, I talked about decoupling here actually. But still, yeah, US feels a big pressure, say geopolitical and strategic competition, technological influence, geopolitical influence, and the national security and the technological leadership. Yeah, you know, just feel like just in past 10 years, here in the US, we talk a lot about national security. Before that, looks like because due to US big advantage in technology, that's another issue. Actually, we could collect information on other countries. No country can collect information on us. But just in past few years, we started to find out some foreign countries, say, obviously China, may use, yeah, its advantage of technology, can collect information. Just like you just think about the cell phone, yeah, because high-end cell phone, that's iPhone, yeah, we use this one, we can collect all around the world, yeah, if you use iPhone, all right? But right now, high-end cell phone also could be made in China. So that's why we feel this is a big problem. And another one I see even more important is telecommunication, 5G, yeah, particularly developed by Huawei. I just mentioned the company. And also supply chain security and also global competitiveness. Economic independence and job creation, that's also a hot topic in the US, all right? So right now we feel like, yeah, more dependency on foreign countries, particularly China, and also same time, yeah, we got big job loss. So that's, I believe, the main reason, yeah, the first time for Donald Trump win election. And this year probably it also will emphasize this, all right? And also for the US, we try to, yeah, maintain the technological advantage. So we do something like protecting intellectual property and also innovation ecosystem and the global technology standards and the norms. Yeah, you know, in many years since Second World War, in many important sectors, so-called international standard norms set up by the US. But in the past 10 years, something changed. The 5G is big in, example and also important. Second example probably right now is electric vehicle, because it looks like right now, yeah, we are behind, and also high-speed rail. Yeah. And the environmental and energy leadership, this is just a little bit ridiculous. You know, if you got more information, you will find out. But US and other Western developing economies, they use this one, try to also maintain the gap with other developing countries. Because, okay, right now, we have to save the earth, yeah, reduce, yeah, the pollutions. And this way, many developing countries feel very difficult because if they develop their own industry, definitely will have more pollutions. Right? Western countries already finished that. So right now, yeah, relatively the most, if you look at pollution, yeah, China probably number one, number two is US. But by in person, US is number one, right? So somehow, yeah, we feel it's a little bit surprising. China right now worked very hard, made a big progress in green, clean energy, say solar panels, this kind of stuff, and also the wind, energy, this kinds of stuff. China is much advanced. We have to import a lot of solar panels, because if we produce domestically, actually cost will be not just a little bit higher, could be double or even triple. So domestic producer cannot survive. So that's why US need industrial policy to protect domestic firms. Here, in short, US aims to secure this technological leadership, protect the national security, foster economic resilience, and maintain its global influence in face of China's rising technological and economic powers. Here, so over 19, but still, let's emphasize the sectors U.S. concern most. It is very sensitive. Here, these sectors share one common point. That's the technology in these sectors. Yeah, it definitely is a typical dual use sector. That means could be civilians and also military use. Yeah, initially probably just for consumer products, but the technology quickly or easily could be transferred, could be used for the weapons. All right, semiconductor number one. Yeah, 5G and telecommunications, artificial intelligence, AI, quantum computing. Yeah, here I mentioned these sectors. U.S. may in many several aspects still number one, but the gap with China has become smaller. Then if you look at worldwide, top two countries, just these two, U.S. and China. Others like Japan, Germany, West European countries, far behind China. So if we look at the picture just like U.S. China, for some sectors, China actually already surpassed the U.S. like 5G telecommunications and also EVs. Yeah, this we can see, and renewable energies. Yeah, even drones. Yeah. So yeah, that's U.S. field. Yeah, this is a big concern for the U.S. So now let's look at the industry policy. First, we look at a very simple model. For economists, we always have a theory. All right, we try to give a very brief answer to the question. So why country like U.S. China use industrial policies? Well, before moving to the theory here, let me give you a conclusion, a short answer. We believe industrial policy or IP can help a domestic firm win global competition. That's the reason. All right. By definition, industry policy simply is a policy agenda to shape a country's industry structure by either promoting, say, subsidies or restricting, mainly in international trade, import tariff, or just like U.S. using economic sanction, go that way in specific sector to maintain its leadership or to reduce the advantage of the competitors. IP has been widely used in many countries, both developed and developing countries. But if we look at history, many, in the country, like right now, U.S. and China, they compete each other on the top. Historic example here, you can see that. And today, just the protectionism. And here, right now, in economics, we have a big debate. Still, some people still say, okay, in the U.S., we have free market. We should not use industrial policy because government is too strong. That's not good. Industrial policy is typical simple, just like for the planned economy, like China. Right now, more and more economists say, no, we will not focus on that issue. The real question, real issue about IP is not whether it should be practiced, but how. How can you use a policy to succeed? That's the real issue. Okay, here, let's look at a model. This model actually pretty old. In 1970s, 1980s, the two economists, Brenda Spencer, a couple, at the UBC. Our model set up was quite simple. It's an assumption. So suppose we have two firms. Well, more closely to the real world, like Boeing and Airbus, right? In two countries, US and the European Union, EU, right? They're competing in global market. Boeing, we was assuming later, first move, enjoy competitive advantage over Airbus. They come up. Each firm profit depends on action of others and each firm's decision to produce or not based on profit levels. So here we have a diagram. That's just assuming initially the two companies identical, all right? Then you will say this table, the payoff table actually is symmetric. Say if Boeing produce and Airbus here produce, then both firms cannot survive because of -5, that's losses, all right? But if Boeing produce Airbus does not produce, then Boeing can, gain profit $100 billion US. And since Airbus does not produce, so here's zero. Oppositely, we'll go this way. If Airbus produce, Boeing does not produce, then all the profit go to Airbus. If both not produce, here's zero. All right. Now, that's assuming a situation, consistent with real world. Before 1970s, only one form, that's Boeing. So the equilibrium will be, this one. Boeing enjoy this one. All right. And European Union, they don't have, they don't have the company to produce. But since 1970s, France, and Germany and Spain, later, UK, Germany, together. Headquarters offices in France, they have Airbus. How can they have that? That's next page. Because if without government subsidy, that's without industry policy, that's this one here. So you don't need to think about, Boeing have -5. If you get in market, you definitely lose. Well, if we have subsidy here, suppose EU subsidize Airbus with $25 billion US, so that way, then this subsidy can change the outcome, market outcome. Make the Airbus profitable, but Boeing actually lose. So that's this one. So 25 minus 5, got 20. That's the profit for Airbus, but for Boeing, -5. If Boeing does not get any subsidy, Boeing cannot survive. Boeing cannot survive. So here we simply just show, government here can play a role. Important, more importantly, subsidy here. That's industrial policies. Of course, in the real world, we know Boeing also in this case, require lobby for subsidy from US government. So if we say, okay, Boeing also got $25 billion US, then those firms can survive. But the problem here is each side, US and the European Union, they spend 25, but the profit is only 5. So actually cost bigger than their benefit. Well, we just ignore this. All right. If just from perspective firms, those can survive. All right. In the real world, situation is much more complicated. Here, initially we're assuming they have same technology. Actually, it's not. For different period of time, technology, either Boeing or Airbus, may be higher than others. Right? You see, for past few years, Boeing got in trouble. So Airbus gained more market share. So if Boeing couldn't solve the problem, that's a big issue. It's a big issue. Of course, Boeing can ask for more subsidy. All right. So here, the large commercial airplane, this is a very important industry. Usually we call this one as strategic industry. It's just a large commercial aircraft. The technology used in this industry can easily used for the military purpose, say fighter airplane. Actually, Boeing also, produce some space products. Okay, anyway, so here we simply use this theory, just emphasize how important industrial policy in strategic industry. Now let's briefly mention industrial policies in both countries, U.S. and China. IP in China actually focus on enhancing industrial capabilities, technology innovation, and global competitiveness. Very famous one was 10 years ago, Chinese government announced, made in China. Next year, finished 10 years. Some people already mentioned, by so far, China already completed, all the set up the purpose, the goals, that's 85%. So more likely by next year, that's 10 year, 25. They finish this one. So they emphasize, here you say the advanced technology, like say robots, the AI, and the new materials. and the Belt Road Initiative, BRI, this meaning, for developing countries. But remember, U.S. not in this program because U.S. does not like this one. All right. And the environmental and green policies, foreign investment, trade policies, and also innovation, R&D, several. And for the U.S., traditionally we have a lot of policy, but it's not indirectly, implicitly, not so obvious. All right. Say we U.S. government emphasize R&D. All right. And for high-tech support, recently is a Chips and Science Act. That's a lot of money for that. Many go to Intel, and regulatory environmental, there's also support, the AI and cybersecurity, this kind of stuff, and also workforce development. Because right now we found out, many industry already shifted to developing countries, labor intensive. So American workforce should get more, the education increase, step, in this aspect, and also protection policy, and also support the chain, supply chain resilience. So here, if we compare these two countries, we found out indeed there is some differences. Here we say first differences at low government. For China, even Chinese economy right now still is moving toward the market economy, but Chinese government still control a lot of aspects. In particular, there are a lot of big companies we call the state-owned enterprises, so-called strategic sectors. Right? So government play a central and direct roles. This is not like the U.S. U.S. actually government supports more market-driven approach, and also sometimes right now recently it looks like U.S. government move towards like China now, also directly because government provide a lot of funding specifically to the industry. But still, in China, the government is very important, and also the policy top down from Chinese government. In the U.S. actually it's bottom up, more like that. But right now still we also have a top down, right? And another big difference for IP industry policy between the two countries is time horizon. Because in China, just one political party, not like the U.S. we have two political parties that compete each other. You think about this, this year, why many people care about this year presidential election, because we found out, the two candidates really different. So you may expect, they have different, emphasize. But for China, one political party, usually they can keep the goal in the long term. So long-term plan, say usually China have 5-year plans, then even if they, I just mentioned, made in China actually has 10-year plan. 10-year plan, start 2015, then 2025, 10-year. In the US, usually we do not talk about 5-year plan, 10-year plan. Oh my gosh, too long, right? But for technology, long-term plan is really important. Third difference is that's about innovation ecosystem. Since China actually relies on government-funded research institution, U.S. actually is a public-private partnership. Somehow we believe U.S. This system is better than China. But the two countries don't share some similarities. Right now, you say both countries emphasize R&D investment and also talent development and the sector focus. Right now, same. Same. Both countries target similar high-tech sectors such as AI, semiconductors, renewable energies, biotechnology, telecommunications. All of this. This is the same. The same. So here and also international collaborations and also supply chain resilience. All of this. Same. Actually, this compete each other. So here summary. Both countries, U.S., China, and the U.S. aim to enhance high-tech industry through IP, yeah, is strategic investment part of support. The approach is different, yeah, here, which is emphasized just like the previous slides, yeah. And the sheer common goals in fostering innovation, yeah, developing talent, secure leadership, yes, in key technology sector. This is same. Okay, now we may want to ask a question, yeah, which country, yeah, the IP work better? Yeah. So do you think U.S. IP work better than China? Here, yeah, again, yeah, we have to look at, yeah, the feature of each country. Then we look at each country's advantage and the challenges. Here again, yeah, we just mentioned just after comparison, you know, for China, that's top down. For the U.S., actually is bottom up. Here's a heavy government state investment, yeah, and also China's R&D investment and infrastructure investment. This is much more than U.S. You know, for many American people, if they do not come to China, they don't know how advanced infrastructure in China. And U.S. infrastructure used to be #1 in the world for many years, but just because many years, right now it's too old. Yeah, too old. Yeah, if you come to China, you just look at subway, you will find out China's subway is much better than U.S. And also China's highway, yeah, also is pretty good. And particularly, yeah, high-speed rail. We don't have that. You just think about it, yeah. If we have high-speed rail from St. Louis to Chicago, probably just 1 hour. Yeah, maybe just 2 hours maximum, yeah. So because the speed could be, yeah, like more than 200 miles per hour. Think about it. And also, right now, they have more than 40,000 miles, 40,000 kilometers. That's made up over 60% of the world. So China's number one in the world. We have over 40,000 kilometers. Yeah. Well, many reasons for that. For US, we don't have the high-speed rail because population density probably is one reason. Because you must have a lot of people to take the train. Otherwise, you cannot make money. Actually, right now, even China, west part of China, yeah, inland, just because population density lower than East Coast area. So they don't make money right now. Government provide subsidies. For the US, some people say if we have a high-speed rail, probably we have 2 lines. One that's from Boston to Washington, D.C., because we have a lot of people there. Second one is from San Francisco to San Diego to Los Angeles. Probably can make money. In the US, we probably couldn't because Chicago to St. Louis, between these 2 cities, no big cities. You know, so this probably is one reason. But the other reason, who pay for that? U.S. government, yeah, even government collect a lot of tax, but they have a lot of uses. So for Chinese government, yeah, centralized, it's easy for them to make this decision. All right. So here we just mentioned, yeah, you say the advantage, yeah, national coordinations, yeah. For the U.S. market driven, yeah, targeted government information, yeah, and advantage of bottom down, bottom up, flexibility, and also we have bigger advantage over China as we can attract global talents. That's true. That's true. Yeah. China, yeah, just because more people. So if you look at other countries like Japan, Germany, yeah, they simply cannot compete with US in this aspect. But China, since they have a lot of people, so even China couldn't attract global talents, but just because domestic people, probably enough. Yeah. You may not know right now, each year in China, the college student in STEMs is 3 or 4 times of the US. Because in the US, many people like you guys, yeah, probably not have a major in STEM, just part of business, political science, psychology, sociology, this kind of, it's relatively easy. Engineering, not so easy, right? Yeah, you think about, but in China, somehow Chinese government encouraging student pick up major instead. Of course, more people right now also they pick up business major. All right. Just recently, I think Chinese government have some policy changes, in particular depressed financial sector. But in the U.S., this is very difficult to do for government because people in Wall Street, they are very powerful. Here is a challenge of China, that's innovation gap and over reliance of state control and the geopolitical isolation. Yeah, U.S. Yeah, like long-term planning. Yeah, we mentioned that before, and underinvestment in strategic area and also geopolitical competition. Yeah, here summary. Yeah, on the bottom. Yeah, each country has some advantage, also at the same time have some drawbacks. Yeah, so now let's turn to concluding remarks. Before moving on, let me mention one issue. Yeah. That's a link between the U.S. China technological competition, but U.S. financial sector and manufacturing. You know, in the U.S., we have a big problem in the past 30 years. That's hollowing out of the U.S. manufacturing. Yeah, since 1990s, early 1990s. Initially, yeah, American firms moved to Mexico, on U.S.-Mexico border. Yeah, that's manufacturing. Initially, mostly it's labor-intensive products. There was all U.S. wages too high, Mexico is cheap. Then later, after 2001, as China entering WTO, more and more companies, yeah, they simply produce in China. You may not realize actually, General Motors, GM, produce more cars in China than the domestic market. 1 year, that's the peak year record. GM produced in China more than 5 million cars. Of course, that's joint venture with Shanghai company. Yeah. Why? Just because, yeah, not cheap labor. And also China's big market. And in the US, you know, we have union, you know, and also wages. You know, it's not a little bit higher, it's much higher, much higher. In the news, I think it's this year or last year, they have a strike, ask for the higher salaries. I look at the salary, I say, oh my God, it's pretty good. I should, if that salary, I should work for the company, yeah, in automobile industry or something. Yeah, and also they even ask for 4 days a week to work. Yeah. Well, I don't say this is not bad, this is not good. I just say, if you look at global competition, oh my God, US company definitely couldn't compete with other countries. Yeah. So this is a big problem. Many reasons for this one. One of the reasons was related to US financial sectors. So here, US has an overall too strong financial sectors, in which drive for the highest possible capital gains eventually create bizarre, perhaps bad incentives. So Wall Street's ideal company is one with no assets and infinity rising profit. So they just look at the stock market performance. So eventually, yeah, the company, oh, okay. You think, but I just read the news, Wall Street Journal about the Boeing. Yeah. Boeing, they used to have a part of the branch in Missouri here, yeah, produce parts for the aircraft. But since that a lot of capital machines, they say, wow, that's not light assets, it's heavy assets, hard assets. So they just, so okay, detached. So you just have independent company. So in stock market, they have table, accounting table, and say, oh, you see, I take this off, then my profit percentage, the rate will be much higher. Then this company in St. Louis here become the supplier to Boeing. So Boeing said, okay, you should have the lower price. I don't care about your cost. Then eventually this company here, because they don't have market power for Boeing, they just provide the parts at price set up by Boeing. So they try to reduce the cost, eventually the quality decreased. This is one of the reasons. So Boeing's airplane right now quality, we just concern, big concern. Yeah. So this is just an example. So eventually yeah, in the US, yeah, many manufacturing, yeah, just outsourcing to foreign country, a large part to China. And for China, yeah, they have, yeah, takes the other side of the bit. So Chinese government, even right now, still emphasize manufacturing, the hard assets, not light assets. I read news in China, Chinese government actually, because all the important banks in China state run. So government have the policy, so the CEO in the bank, the salary each year cannot be more than 3 million Chinese yuan. Convert to US dollar, I would say that's about about 400, yeah, 400,000. Well, that's very low compared with the US, right? But in China, still high, but it's much used to be, yeah, because Chinese banks also listed in New York stock market. Actually, increase in past 2 decades, increased significantly. But now China said, no, we stop that. We should have more, resources to manufacture, not in financial sectors. If you remember, just a couple of years ago, there's a Chinese very famous entrepreneurs, there's Jack Ma. Jack Ma is Alibaba's owner. Yeah, he actually also tried to get in financial sectors. That's the main reason the government, yeah, just keep him silenced. In the US, people say, oh, this guy, you see, in China, no freedom. Well, many reasons. In China, indeed, the government is very strong, but the Chinese government sometimes do something, they have their own, yeah, logic. One of the reasons that's really too easy. Okay, conclusion about the industry policy. Chinese industry policy looks where it achieved skill, coordination, and the technological catch-up, because China is still behind the US, all right? So particularly in manufacturing and infrastructure-based sectors. So state-backed strategy can effectively target the national priorities and limited creative and dynamic innovation. US industry policy works better in fostering, yeah, breakthrough, disruptive innovation, all right? In fields like the AI, technology, and quantum computing, bottom-up, we mentioned market-driven system, encourage risk-taking, but US may need to improve its long-term planning, yeah. And also, I would say, financial sector, I don't know how to do it because so far, looks like nobody can, yeah, attack financial people in Wall Street, all right? So in the long term, US may, maintain lead in fundamental innovation. And China may excel in, yeah, rapidly scaling and applying new technology. So 2 models will likely coexist with each other, each dominating a different area of technological competition. And one more thing, yeah, let's just guess, all right? So the likely scenario, US China tech competition, yeah. So far they have, yeah, just unipolar. The US is number 1. All right? In future, it's likely multipolar. Maybe Russia, maybe India even, of course China, yeah. So and maybe also European Union, yeah. Who knows? So other than a clear winner, it's likely that technological competition will multiple. And I mentioned, yeah, maybe, yeah, the 1 or 2 system, yeah, that's decoupling in key area, particularly like the internet, the IT and AI, yeah, it's more likely. Because right now, indeed, yeah, in the US, we use Facebook and X or other social medias, but in China, that's WeChat. So China has different system. And if you, for the mobile phone also, yeah, if Huawei, yeah, become dominant, yeah, Huawei use not Android system, yeah, Huawei use a system, yeah, created by its own, yeah, it's a harmony, yeah. So if this one, yeah, extended to many other developing countries, some countries, US don't like that, they don't like US, definitely they will not use Apple's, yeah, iPhone, all right? So yeah, you think about that, yeah, that's more likely. So that's why here we will say the technologies between these two countries depends on how effectively each country can leverage its unique stress, overcome drawback or challenges, maintain leadership in critical area of innovation. And also, actually nobody knows because we don't know what will happen in each country, China or US. In particular, in November, we don't know. Sometimes many people concerned, because you just imagine if Donald Trump failed, did not win the election, his supporter, and what they will do. But if he wins, what will happen? This actually also is a big question. And also China has same problem. Chinese leader, right now he's 70 years old, but it looks like he would like to continue for another 10 years. After he died, what will happen? So a lot of uncertainties. Okay, that's all for today's talk. Thank you so much.
So we come to the floor for questions. So anyone want to raise any question? Okay. We have some. We have some. Sorry, wake up the baby. Anyone?
I just want to offer a thank you. That was a wonderful consolidation of so much of what we've been reading in so many media. It was comprehensive summary as I have seen. Thank you.
Thank you.
I do have a question, even though I wasn't present for, the middle section. I was wondering, by the way, I'm Rachel, I'm a mother and I'm a community member here. And I was just wondering, would you like to see more cooperation or less cooperation? And I know there's different benefits to both of those scenarios, but also in addition to that, I wanted to know if you could talk about what PPP is, because that's a new term for me and my kids.
Okay, let me give that sort of easy question. PPP, the purchasing power parity, which means if you want to compare U.S. or China's GDP, first we have to say convert, So right now, current exchange rate is $1 equal to 7 Chinese currency unit. Right? But you want to see, because this exchange rate could be determined by many factors, even by the government. But for economists, we really want to know, the value of $1 and value of 1 unit of the Chinese currency, or 7 based on current exchange rate, 7 Chinese currency unit. Then, we just check in the two countries how many goods and services we can buy in the U.S. and how many goods, same goods or services we can buy with 7 Chinese currency units. Then we found out 7 Chinese currency units can buy much more same goods than $1 in the US. Then we say this exchange rate is not accurate. Chinese currency is undervalued, US dollar is overvalued. So we try to adjust this because if we compare US GDP, Chinese GDP, we just use $1 equal to 7 Chinese currency. We convert the Chinese GDP based on this rate. Well, we know, Chinese GDP is undervalued. So that's why we call after PPP adjust, China's GDP is bigger than US. Many economists like this measurement, but in the real world, when we have international trade transaction, we still follow current exchange rate. So when US dollar become very strong, it's good for American people travel to foreign countries. I give you extreme example. 2 years ago in Turkey, 5-star hotel. If you come to Turkey, you pay $20 US. You can stay in 5-star luxury hotel in the US. But here in the US, you pay $400 or $500 because Turkey's currency at that time, collapsed. yeah, relative to US dollar, very weak. Yeah. Also, Japan, actually, Japanese currency also, yeah, in past 2 years. Yeah. So purchasing power, how many goods, services you can buy. Second, yeah, I agree with you, actually, if US China can collaborate. Yeah. And right now, looks like no, because in the US government politicians, particularly people in Congress, yeah, no, they believe, yeah, they can win China. So that's why they try to decouple US from Chinese economy. You think about it, yeah, when Biden administration had the tariff on Chinese electric vehicle, 60%. Donald Trump said, no, I will have 100% or even higher. So, no, and also somehow it's not, I would say probably in the future, because right now Chinese military power still weak than US. That's why US politicians believe we can win the competition. But if not, say in 10 years, 20 years, when you as a politician, oh my God, Chinese technology still very rising. At that time, I believe probably will think about it. So that means they somehow they are just like, yeah, that same level. Yeah, because you think about the Cold War, yeah, Russia, former Soviet Union, and the US at the time.
I have a follow-on question to that, because the statistics you presented, I think, were aggregates for the entire economy, yes, as opposed to amounts per capita. And I'm wondering if you'd comment on the wealth distribution, the concentration of wealth, and what would happen if you looked at those statistics on a per capita basis.
If you look at per capita basis, China still, I would say, very poor relative to US, because current statistics, US per capita GDP is over 70, close to 80.
So I was just responding to that question in that context.
But you look at I believe, yeah, American people right now, if you travel to China, use dollar to consume it in China, you'll be very happy. Yeah, because in the summer I was in China. I was a 5-star hotel in China, just like the $100 maximum. Yeah, $100 you can stay 5-star hotel. Yeah, but here in the US, I was in Chicago 2 years ago. I have a conference. I stay in Trump's, $500 per night. Yeah. So yeah, you will see. So, yeah, that's purchasing power differences. If we use PPP measurement, actually China's per capita income is not like the 15% of US. It's 25%. That's 25%, a quarter. Yeah, so China's still poor because a lot of people there. But if you look at a few top, in China we call the first tier city, the Beijing, Shanghai, and Guangzhou, and Shenzhen. Their per capita income, probably more than 50% of the US on average, US average, compared with the top city US, probably still low, much lower, but on average, So the big city, even you can feel the GDP term, is pretty close to the US. Because China, there are also a lot of, some people are very rich. They even purchase big homes, big house.
Okay, any other questions? If no questions, thank you for your coming. That's a key. Thank you very much. See you next time. I mean, we have a second seminar coming up.
When does the summary due?
Wednesday,
11 a.m.
Yes,
Are we printing it off and bringing it to class, or are we just turning it in online?
just on canvas. Thank you.